Good morning, everyone. This is Jeff, the business guru, coming online again with Stars on Spotlight. Guys, this has been an interesting series. We're up to guest number 94 for this month. And if you'd like to be on Stars on Spotlight, think about it, guys. It's $30,000 for a TV commercial. If you want to go on radio, 10 spots will set you back $3,000 to $5,000. You can come on Stars on Spotlight and tell the world all about your journey and everything you've been doing and how you can help them. And totally free. And what we do, we put you across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course, YouTube, and you'll reach thousands of people throughout the world and help promote you and your business and the way you can help people. And my special guest today is a lovely lady called Enza Lyons. And Enza, I'm having a look here at her bio, is a current founder of Dynamic Learning and Health Center. She's an author and a behavior specialist, creator of Happy Confident Child System, licensed brain gym consultant instructor, and more. Business name, Dynamic Learning and Health Center. Industry, education, and mental and emotional health and well-being. And isn't that important to us, guys? And been in the industry for a mere 30 years. So this woman certainly knows all about it. And I suggest you reach out, have a chat to her, have a cup of virtual coffee, costs you nothing. And she might put you or any issues you got with your children in the right direction. Brief description, she provides face-to-face and online behavioral management training and coaching for parents of children with ADHD, hyperactivity and related challenges. Enza offers practical strategies and resources to help parents support their children effectively and aiming to improve both school performance and overall well-being, right? And sometimes you don't even know, guys. You know, you can have these things. You might wonder why your kid's playing up or being moody or whatever, and find out. You know, and get to the bottom of the problem. There's a lot more here Enza's got here, but she'll be telling you more about that. Her key achievements or projects. She's written 2 wonderful books, ADHD Breakthrough, and also Success at School and Beyond. Her personal motto is a good one: treat others with kindness and love as you'd like to be treated yourself. So, and we'll be giving all the contact information later. Anyway, without further ado, good morning, Enza Lyons. How are you?
Yeah, good morning, Jeff. Thank you for having me today.
No, more than happy to be here. Let's get started. Can you tell us about your journey and what inspired you to start your career path all those years ago?
Right. Anxiety is a real big problem, okay, and it affects every one of us, especially when we get into survival. And so when I was a young child, in my early part of my life, I experienced anxiety because of domestic abuse in the family. And as I went on through school, and I had challenges with at school in my performance, I worked really hard to learn, and I had friends that would never study, and they would just be the top
I know that.
Yeah. And I thought, I want to know why that happens. I work real hard and they
Sure.
just listen in the class. But anyway, that was a journey that I went through. And then later on in my life, when I got married, now I've been happily married for over nearly 49 years now.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Yeah, won't be long now. And so when so I was busy with my family business. My husband and I were running a earth moving business and involved in the building industry, so really busy at that time. And then I had my 2 children, and life got really stressful. I was getting neck aches and back aches, going to chiropractors and having massage. And they were all temporary relief. And it was, you know, it was a challenge. And then after I had my second child, I was getting lingering lower back pain. It would just go on. And it was about 8 months. And then someone said, go and see this massage therapist and kinesiologist. And I thought, okay, I'll give it a go. It was fairly new in those days. And I went there and I came out of that session feeling fantastic. So free, no more pain. And
awesome.
I got back to normal life. And I thought, boy, I've got to know about this. I want to learn this. And I was pretty busy at that time with young children. So I decided to, when the courses started to come available, I decided to start doing some learning about it in my own personal well-being and for my family. And I started working with friends and experimenting and using it. And as more and more people came overseas, I did a lot of training. So I did a lot of research at that time, started to learn and experience what it did. And then as the years got by, one of my children didn't want to go to school. And I thought, okay, I need to find out more. So I was looking for a solution. And we were going to OT and things weren't, people weren't able to help me in those days. So I started looking brain development, child development, psychology, nutrition. I went into all areas.
Was this a boy or a girl, Enza?
Pardon?
A boy or a girl?
It was my son.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. And so after that, I started to get such results. I decided to be a trainer. So I became a licensed brain gym trainer and then for kinesiology. And then I started to teach the brain gym program. So the brain gym program, I taught hundreds of teachers all around Queensland. I worked with parents and children and helping them. And I got tremendous results. I'm sure that in your audience, with your people, I'm sure that they may be struggling with stress and anxiety or poor memory or depression or focus at work, or they could be a mother who's has anxiety ruling their child's life and falling behind in class. Or there could be a teacher who's got struggling with burnout and is dealing with disengaged students in the classroom and poor test scores, and they try and find solutions and they're having, challenge in trying to work out the answer. And so trying to find the answers. So I found the answers and I like to share some of the stories. I'll let you know about Jack. When he came to see me, he was 12 years of age. He had been diagnosed with ADHD. And he'd been on medication since 4 years of age.
Oh, terrible.
8 years. Yeah. And his mother was so concerned about him because he was still having conflicts with his siblings and he just wasn't able to concentrate and wasn't doing very well at school, had poor coordination. So I started working with him. By the third session, this boy was so calm and relaxed, and he started to improve in his schoolwork, and he didn't need the medication anymore.
Awesome.
And then as we did more sessions, he was getting A's at school. He was reading and
fantastic.
writing. And he was doing better at sports too, because he was in the sport competitions and winning really well there. So a few years later, I contacted his mum just to see how he was going. And his mum said he's still getting A's at school and doing really well. I thought, it was just wonderful.
Yeah,
and
it's an amazing story.
It is, and I've got so many of them. Here's another one, Taylor. She came to me. Her mother was sending her to a psychologist because she was so moody. She didn't know what to do with her. She was lacking concentration, poor grades at school. And she was just looking for an answer to find out how to help her. And there was no changes going to the psychologist. And someone told her about me. So she came to see me. And I started working with her. And after one session, she started to calm down. And then after about 3 sessions, this child was a delightful little girl. She was no longer having emotional outbursts. She was calm. She was getting A's and B's in her class, in her report card. And so I get excited about this because
well, you would, you're passionate about it because you've done it for a long, long time. And back in the day, the solution back in the day was a bit like One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. The solution back in the day was here, take some medicine and calm them down. They almost turn you into a zombie.
Well, that's what's happening today. So 1 in 20 people are being labelled with ADD and ADHD, and that's what inspired me to write my book.
Awesome.
Because in there, I shared to people what these medications are doing, because they are only a Band-Aid treatment.
That's
and
right.
Children get like zombies sitting in the classroom and, fine, it's okay for the teacher, doesn't have a child going in and disrupting the class, but it's not helping the child. And they become dependent on the drugs, and there's so many side effects like losing appetite, heart palpitations, so many different problems.
Wow.
So in this book, I share wonderful stories of children that I've worked with, but also I explain the cause. So we work on the cause. Now, sometimes people aren't aware what are the symptoms of anxiety.
That's right.
So they're physical, emotional, or they can affect you mentally in performance. Like
Yes.
it can be physical, could be stomach aches, neck ache, stomach ache, neck aches. It can be irritability, could be lack of sleep. And then for emotional, it could be outbursts or anger, self-doubt and fears and things like that. And then what happens is that
especially in
affects
children, because they don't, like, they get bullied at school or whatever. They don't communicate, guys, you know.
Exactly. They're in this emotional state of what's happening. And so that affects their performance at school. But a lot of people, start to think that this is only for children. This is for adults. When I run workshops where parents come and teachers come and people are thinking about their child, they want to help them, they begin to realize in my brain gym workshop, this is for me. This is going to help me deal with life better. So I've had people like Mario. He was a graphic artist and he wanted to be an accountant and finance person. And so that was a big change in career. And so he was training. And then on the last 2 semesters, he asked me, he came to see me and he said, I really need help because I know the information, but every time at exam time, I just blank out. I just, can't do very well.
Can't get it out of his head,
Yeah. So I started working with him. And in the first session, he was really calm. He noticed how calm he was. And then as we did a few more sessions, he was communicating better. He was calmer. He was more alert. He was just so excited. And he improved in his performance in his exams. So he was really happy with those results. But also were people in the workplace. I mean, I've worked with the CEO, as an example, because I work with many different people in the workplace.
Sure. Different industries,
Yep. He was a CEO and he feels it's very important to be able to have good mind, clear
clarity.
mind.
Clarity,
Clarity in your ability in the workplace, and not to get so stressed and still perform really well. So I started working with him, and it totally calmed him. And he said he noticed a difference in his ability to deal with workloads better. He was better organized. He was happier. He felt that he was more logical. He was thinking better. And so he believes, and this is what he expressed to me, he believes, when businesses are spending money on training and they're watching their bottom line, it's so important for us to fine-tune our employees' minds, so that
of
they
course,
can
and get a better performance.
to get better performance.
It's an investment, guys. It's not a cost. It's an investment. Moving along, Enza, in your opinion, what are the key qualities or skills that you believe over the years have contributed to your success?
Well, all the training that I've done with some amazing
I was thinking
people.
that you're a lifelong learner, aren't you? You're still learning. You're a lifelong learner.
I'm still learning and I love it. But I wasn't like that when I was a young child. I found it working hard and trying really hard and studying. But now, because of what I've learned in brain
because of your
gym,
knowledge. That's right.
rewiring the brain and getting it working properly. And this is what I love about the brain gym program. And it's certain movements. I'd love to share. This is what really excites me. There was a research done in Germany. It was called the moving classroom. And they had 18 children and they were 8 years of age and they didn't have much movement in their background. So they divided them into 3 groups. The first group,
interesting. Yeah,
they played with construction toys. They did a lot of hand things.
Hand coordination.
Yep. And then they had another group that did like gymnasium, jumping on ropes and doing different things.
Activities.
Then the third group, they had brain gym and they did the brain gym and the repatterning because we rewire the brain through the movements. But anyway, for 6 weeks, they had university students testing them for their reading, their comprehension,
Awesome.
and what is it? When they're, reading comprehension. I've forgotten what the other thing was, but they were doing their tests so that they could see there was a change, whether there was a change. And the children that did the brain gym were the only ones that had the change. Even the parents, when they reported the children were more confident.
Awesome.
The
Yeah.
university
Interesting.
students noticed they read faster, they made fewer mistakes, and their performance improved just in those 6 weeks. And that's why, teachers need to be using this in the classroom.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The results that...
These days, it's like a lot of people seem to think school's just like a babysitter. You just send your kid off to school for half a day or a day as a babysitter, and the school's about education, guys. And this sort of thing is awesome, and it should be more of it. It should be mandatory, right? Pretty much.
I think so. I've had schools all doing it,
Yes.
Years and years ago when I was teaching it. But because they're always introducing so many new different things, and with COVID and all these different things that are going on, they're forgetting the important thing of movement. And what I wanted to get across with this moving classroom research was that after they did that test, that the ones with the brain gym had improved dramatically, the other two didn't. So then they got them to do brain gym, and after 6 weeks, they also changed and improved. So
which proves the point, doesn't it?
Yeah, movement is important, but these are very specific that gets the left and right brain working, and then the person can improve in their performance, and children improve. But this is the same with people as adults, it helps us to think more clearly, be happier with life and less anxiety, so anxiety is the thing that puts us out, and it affects our performance.
Yeah, tell me, Enza, how do you, you're always upbeat every time I talk to you. How do you stay motivated and continue to innovate and learn in your field? What's your secret?
I love working with people and seeing their results. That really makes me joyful. And
yeah, I get that. Yeah, it's passion.
And also,
it's passion, isn't it? It's not
yeah,
work, it's a passion.
And I'm a mother of 2 children, and they're growing up, and I've got 5 grandchildren.
Awesome.
And
Congratulations.
from 18 to 1 years of age. So I've seen the stages of development.
Yes.
And they just give me laughter and joy. It's just beautiful.
Fantastic. Tell me, tell us about a recent project or achievement that you're particularly proud of. I guess your books are part of that journey.
Yeah. So when I finished writing that book, some of the parents said, "Oh, I don't have an ADHD child." I said, "Okay, I'll give you another book."
What's that one? Is it? Just hold it up.
Skill and Beyond.
Awesome.
And
yeah,
interesting. 7 simple steps to boost your child's ability to learn and confidence, self-esteem. So this book is really special to me because I really share everything.
I love the title. I love your cover page. You've done a very good job with Enza. You do some wonderful work.
Yeah, and so I share hundreds of special things that parents can do with their kids and make a huge difference in their life. And
well, that should be in every school. Definitely. What advice would you give someone who's, say, starting out in your footsteps and wants to try and contribute and help people in the way that you have?
Oh, I would like more and more people to teach the brain gym program, because this knowledge is getting lost, and people have tried to. There's been amazing teachers that have been using this program in the school, and then the people up in the high areas say, "Nope, sorry, not interested in funding it." And so that's one of my biggest concerns, because we see such results in such a short time. We've got teachers that are getting stressed out and leaving the field within 5 years.
Especially these days, yeah.
Yeah, and the workload they have. They don't have to have this workload, because if they could just learn to use these simple techniques in the classroom, it only takes 15 minutes a day, and the students totally calm down, they increase their concentration and improve their grades at school.
Enza, tell me, is this something that can be, I know you do a lot of work in-house, people come to see you, but can this also be done online?
Yes, I do teach workshops online. And just love it. People in the workshops, you can see the changes in people. It's just amazing. I only work in small groups with the Zoom.
Yeah. Looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? Obviously, you're not going to stop.
No, I'll keep going until I finish.
That's the one.
Till I die. I just love this work because I know it's helping other people to have a better life. And
Is there a third book in the making shortly?
oh, I didn't even think I had the first book. So,
You've done well.
So I've got 2 books done, and I haven't got that in the planning, but you never know. Things can change.
Yeah, well, and life's changing over time, and you know, maybe
Yes,
when you hit that 50-year mark in your marriage, you might think, oh, let's do another book as a celebration. Tell us, with our listeners and everyone, how can people find out more about you? And I'm sure you're happy to have a coffee chat with people, but how can people find out more about you? What's the best way?
Absolutely. If they can give me a contact through my Calendly,
yeah,
calendly.com/EnzaAlliance, or they can give me a phone call. It's
they can look you up on LinkedIn with your name, I imagine.
Yeah, I'm in LinkedIn and Facebook, and they can make a free session. I can show them how the program works. Yeah. And they can experience some of the movements, so they can.
So guys, reach out to Enza, because there's an opportunity for you. It's going to cost you nothing. 30 minutes of your time. Grab a coffee, a wine, or water, depending on what time of the day it is and what your preferred beverage is, and have a chat to Enza. She's a very personable person, and she'll guide you and help you, and you can, and even after one session, I'm sure you're going to come away having learned something. Enza, wrapping this up now, before we go, tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people, I didn't know you've been married for 49 years. That was a fun fact. But tell me, I'm on
the way to 49, yeah.
Yeah. Tell me, what other fun fact can you tell us about yourself that people don't know?
Oh, I don't know whether it's a fun fact, but I do have an Italian background. And
awesome.
So I was born in a...
That's why you move the hands around.
Yes, that's why I love it. And I love food. We used to, when I was a kid, we used to be involved in making pasta and gnocchis, and we love cooking, love gardening, because I grew up on a farm, so awesome. Just love gardening.
I think you love life, Enza. You're just full of life.
I love
you love life. Yeah, it's obvious.
I live it to the full.
And so, as you should, guys. And if you want to live it to the full, guys, reach out and have a chat to Enza. So we're going to wrap this up now. And guys, if you want to be on Stars on Spotlight, as I said earlier, reach out and tell people about your journey. Help people. If you're in the business of helping people or guiding people, reach out and come on and get your 15 minutes of fame on Stars or Spotlight. Enza, any last words before we wrap this up?
No, I think I've covered a fair bit, and I thank you so much for having me and allowing me to share this to all the world.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, all Enza's socials, everything that Enza's told you, all her socials are going to be on the bottom of our recording, and it's going to be up on YouTube in the next 24 hours. And we're putting Enza across Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and of course YouTube, and reaching thousands of people throughout the world. And the invitation's there for you guys. Reach out to Enza, have a chat, and then take it from there. And don't forget, guys, you can do either in person if you're in Brisbane or online. All right. Thanks very much, Enza.
Thank you. Bye-bye.